I have probably only going to stream for like an hour because I'm very tired and it's late and I'm just tired. So, yeah, let me actually put my campaign in the chat. That would be a smart thing to do. Oh, hold on. There we go. Oh my gosh. I have a mess. That's okay. Like I said, it's late. I'm tired. Been working not a lot of overtime, but it's like just enough where I'm like tired, but still have just enough energy to do this. Just enough. Not a lot, but just enough. Let me actually get the link. Oh my god. All right. Paste that in there. I hate YouTube's emoji thing in the chat because I can't pin anything when it's in the way. All right, there we go. Now it's there. Oh my gosh. All right, we're good now. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning. So, let me actually open the campaign on my window as well. That would be smart to do. And bring it up on the stream. Normally I just go through OBS, but I'm like, let's just do what do you call it? Let's do the Ruri stream. All right. Well, oh, I see what's happening. This one? Yeah, it should be that one. Okay. All right, so it's live. So first, it's on Fund My Comic. I'm gonna try it out for a month, see how it goes. This is a raise mode. I meant to do keep it all. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. So basically, we're gonna try and raise $600 to get the book funded and to get it printed and everything. That's like the minimum goal. That covers manufacturing costs to get the shipping, books printed, packaging material, all that good stuff. So, yeah. And then any extras that will be free for up to $600, I cover myself. I have the funds for that separately. But technically, it went live this morning. I screwed up last night. It was supposed to go live last night, and then I hit the wrong button. Oh, well. So within today, we're almost at $100, which is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll go over the intro. So I've been making these enamel pins for this story for a while just to kind of see if people responded, and people kept asking for more story about the world because as time went on, I introduced False Spirit and the Pumpkin Prince, and they got a really good reception. So I'm like, all right, we're at a point where we need to move on to the actual story. So after 2 years of me working on this off and on between everything else going on in my life, it is now here, basically. So the story in book 1 is going to focus on False Spirit and the Pumpkin Prince. And I'm just going to read you the story description here. So in a strange, distant, magical land, False Spirit calls upon a new guardian to make sure the world is protected and stays safe. Yet from the second this new one arrives, it's clear he is different than the others, and in her view, not in a good way. Come watch this new guardian struggle to understand who he is and if he can even figure out his own name, which is a big deal because if he doesn't know his name, he's not like fully aware of who he is and what he's supposed to do. So we have a couple pages here that I've finished. There's 5 total. There's I think 5 more almost in these finished stages. They just need a little more cleanup, and that's just from like the first 14 pages. So the first half of the book is pretty much almost done. So really, we're just funding the second half of the book, which is, you can see here, is in a pretty final stage of pencils and everything. There are a couple pages that I might need to revise, but nothing that I haven't already started sketching out, and it won't take me long at all. This page is actually mostly done already as well, so I technically have like 6 pages done minus lettering. And this whole interior will be in black and white. And I kind of went back and forth, like, do I want black and white? Do I not want black and white? But the more I looked at like manga and other black and white comics, I'm like, there's something really tugging me for this. I'm just going to do this black and white, see how it goes. It is actually not any easier than color. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this so far. This is my favorite page. This is my favorite page. I actually like how this came out. It's very peaceful looking and zen, I guess. And then we go to smack to this intense, like, magical whatever, like just calling on the guardian, basically. So I'm really excited for a lot of these pages. Yeah. So we're going to go over the reward tiers. So we have the $5 digital comic. I am going to do a digital version. I wasn't at first, but a lot of people were kind of giving me reasons for it, especially international, where they were saying, like to get digital copies, and then at a certain point they get the physical copies. And then if it's like we're in book 3, for example, they can get all 3 books at once and save on shipping. It's more cost efficient for international backers. So I figured I would do a digital comic or a digital version of the comic and kind of alleviate some of that financial strain that is shipping. Hello, Chicho. I am just going over my comic campaign. I am a little tired, so I apologize in advance if I seem a little loopy or not quite with it. The second tier we have is the $10 tier, which is a discounted tier for 10 people only. We get extra rewards plus a discounted version of the book, which is a pretty good deal. You get a bookmark and a B grade enamel pin from my previous campaigns. B grade just means there's like minor imperfections on it. It's unlikely you'll even notice. I was just holding them up basically to a spotlight to find the imperfections. So that's actually a pretty good deal because usually those enamel pins are about, I think they're $10 or $12 for the more pristine versions, and then $8 to $10 for the B grade. So you're basically getting an enamel pin and bookmark for free. Pretty good deal in my opinion. And especially because they will not be made again. The Grumpkin, which I will show in a minute, is already in B grade only mode. And I don't know if I'll be making any of those designs again. 15 is the standard. You get the physical comic book plus any any rewards unlocked. And then the $10 tier, when we get all of the rewards unlocked, this would be a goodies only tier. So if you only want like the merch, that's totally fine. You don't want the book, that's also totally fine. You can do that. But that won't be available until we get these unlocked. Or at 1500, sorry. Because then you can get a vinyl sticker, the print, collector's coin, and any other freebies that will be around. Whew. All right. And the timeline. So this is a longer campaign, which is kind of new to me. 181 days. This will be done way before then, but I figured I would try out a longer campaign because I know that money is tight, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just do a longer campaign. Let's see how that goes. Let's give people a longer chance to get something. First, and then the timeline. So I think I have this scheduled. I want everything done by May. Yeah, so everything will be done by May and be ready to ship or send out to be printed by then. I already have a task project tracker for what needs to be done that was made by Eric Weathers and is free on this Gumroad. And then I added this down here, which is kind of like a breakdown of each page. So you can see pages 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11 are done except for text. And everything else, technically ink should be done for more of these pages, but I'm like, I'm underestimating versus overestimating. So page 1 is technically done for ink and just needs color. Same with page 2 and 3. but I want to make sure that they're solidly done. Like when I go back to work on the details, I want to make sure that I'm not adding any more line art or tweaking it anymore, because every now and then I open it, I'm like, I should fix that. Even though I really don't need to, but it's just one of those things that bothers me. I need to have a cutoff point. So that's why they're not like checked off for ink yet. They're almost at that cutoff point, but I know when I go back to work on them, now that these other 5 pages are done for that campaign, I'm going to tweak a few things. I just know it. So I'm just going to be being realistic with myself. But they're minor. I can probably knock out the first 2 pages in a week if I just sat down to do it. But it's been busy right now with work and everything, so I haven't had the chance to actually sit down and just knock them out. So, and then this is just a breakdown of the funds and where they're going to go. So you can see the majority of the funds are going to go to the comic production. We have packaging, which is like the shipping the boxes and making sure there's padding in there so they don't like fall out and stuff. The comic sleeves and board, so they're protected along with any of the packaging, and then shipping, which will be the second biggest cost. I actually don't know why the graph is split up like this, but oh well. And then I did put like a risk section in here just in case like people want, I don't know, but it's something like Kickstarter has always done. I figured like the risks that I basically have are never gets funded and manufacturer delays. It's pretty much it, which in my opinion isn't a big deal because I know I can get this. This will be funded, so I'm not too worried. And then I have just a snippet of some other stuff I've done from past campaigns and some other goodies that came along with it. So these are the enamel pins right here. This is the battle pumpkin. This is the ghostkin, and this is the baby pumpkin, and the glowy ghostkin, and a ghostkin. They're basically puns. They're pumpkins. Pumpkins. Chucho, you can give me $5. That works. I'm just kidding. If you can share it, that's more than enough. But yeah, we're basically $15 away from 100 already, which is pretty good. I'm very happy with that. So I'm just going to have to make sure I spam the heck out of this the next couple of days. It's going to be a really hectic next 2 weeks for me. And I really wasn't expecting it to be like that. I was expecting some stuff going that I have to do. But I wasn't expecting a lot to do, if that makes sense. So it is what it is. Not the smoothest launch I've had, but you know what? Whatever. We're just gonna go for it. You give me my there you go. A liver works. You can get a comic for a liver. We'll do a trade-off. Oh, hello, Jake Jones. Oh, no shipping here. Got the digital order. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm not used to international shipping. It is something I do want to do. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. It is something I want to do in the future. I've just run into some issues and like some things that I don't think right now I can manage with international shipping. It's just not a place where I personally am at where I can handle it the way I would like. But I do want to open it up again in the future. So I'm hoping that by book 2, yeah, it is expensive. I'm hoping by book 2 I can kind of navigate that a lot better and find better rates and figure out those stupid import and taxes and VAT and everything else. Those things drive me nuts. So I will most likely release this on my Etsy after the campaign is over, and Etsy takes care of most of that for me. And I'm trying to think what the cheapest international shipping I've been able to get is. So, I mean, there's Canada, but that's Canada. I think it's $11 for Canada. I'd have to go take a look at my shipping history. I think the most it's been is 15, but that was to the UK. I haven't shipped anything anywhere else. It's There's also the issue that some countries don't track it properly. Some things when they go to Brazil can just disappear. Oh my gosh. No, no, no. This isn't. It's just a crowdfunding site. So it's like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, where you can go and you find a ton of creators that make stuff and then you fund it. It's just crowdfunding. That's all it is. I've backed a few things on here. Actually, backed quite a few things on here. I don't want to show you my history because I don't know what's going to show up, like private information wise. So, I mean, this is, yeah. So I won't go there. But I backed, let me think, I think I backed like 5 things on here already. But yeah, I've backed stuff on Kickstarter and Indiegogo and Fund My Comic. Everything's gone pretty smoothly. The only hard part with crowdfunding is making sure the creator, you're too old and scared. Well, nothing we can do to help you. Only downside to crowdfunding is just waiting. Some people take longer than others, and that's okay. I will say with my campaigns, I over update. So I apologize in advance. I'm going to try and keep it to a minimum because I can get over 20 updates for a month-long campaign. Very easy because I give you updates on literally everything. If I sent a file to get a quote, I tell you I sent a file to get a quote. If I got a quote back, I tell you I got the quote back. I go crazy with the updates. I'm very adamant that if you guys are paying me for this, I need to make sure you know every little detail that's going on. If I'm tired, I didn't get a page done or didn't get as many pages done that week, I tell you, I didn't get that many pages done that week, but it's just, I'm just as transparent as possible with crowdfunding. Hello, Eliana, and hello, MSK. Chucho, miss you. TV's doing that weird thing. Oh, geez. All right. I'm not from the Popeye state, but I am in the Popeye state now. I didn't even know that's where Popeyes came from. Actually, I guess it kind of makes sense because don't they say it's Louisiana chicken or something? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not from here, but I am here now. And hello, Wednesday Rose. Digital copy is better, I guess. Aw, yes, that digital copy is specifically with international people in mind, and I do apologize that I don't have like a physical option for you right now, but with book 2 and 3, I do plan on doing that. We're at $19. Yay! Yay! We're $10 away from 100. So as if you are able to, we do have a $10 early Sprotter reward where you can get an exclusive bookmark and a B-grade enamel pin from my past campaigns. And there's only there's 8 of them left actually. So, well, just don't die for getting a chicken sandwich. I have not had a chicken sandwich down here, but I have had fried chicken, and I did not realize how much better it is down here. And like from the grocery store too. I was like, oh, it's like in those heater things like that are sort round and they have the heater lamp over top and it was in the box. I'm like, you know what, whatever, I'm tired, I don't want to make dinner, I'll just grab this fried chicken. And we went home and ate it, and it was 10 times better than the stuff I got in the north. So for grocery store fried chicken. So now I'm like kind of like, do I try like actually from a restaurant fried chicken? Because if I do that, I would have to try really hard not to keep spending my money there because the food down here is just, it's good, man. I tried crawfish the other day for the first time. I don't know why. There's like nothing to eat in them, but that's okay. It was still good. It was very spicy, but it was good. Yeah. I like it. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by so far too. Yeah. I think as time goes on too, I'll try and add some more goodies that aren't here, depending on how quickly I can get some stuff done. I do have some other things in mind. I just don't want to say I'm going to do it and then not be able to, But there will be more things happening that I haven't even mentioned. In case you finish the comic, how about a little animated TV show adaptation afterwards? Oh, man. If that were to happen, I don't know if I would... First of all, that would be fun. I won't lie. but I'm pretty sure animators would kill me because I had the bright idea of turning. She's basically, so Fall Spirit is based off a tree, basically a maple tree, more specifically. So instead of hair and everything, she has leaves. It takes you about 20 minutes to do the leaves on her head for each panel. So I'm pretty sure an animator would kill me if I asked them to animate that for 20 frames or 24 frames. You would have to really simplify her design just for that alone. So, yeah. No, you don't have to give me $1 million. I mean, $1 million would be nice, not gonna lie. But, oh, I made a typo. Put a comma instead of a period. Oh no, unprofessional. But yeah, I am no Funkos. I have exactly 2 Funkos, and one is Baby Groot Gold edition that I got from my brother for Christmas or birthday. I can't remember which. And the other one is Harley Quinn, who I also think I got from my brother for Christmas or my birthday. I think that's it. And I don't have them on display right now because I haven't. Well, do I have them on display? Oh shoot, I lost them. Well, I didn't lose them, but I put them somewhere. I don't know where. All right. Well, they're somewhere in my office. I had them out originally, but I don't have a proper desk set up still. I need to rearrange it. And I kept knocking Groot over. And Harley Quinn had like accessories she was holding, and I lost. No, I haven't put them on. I knock them down easily, so no Funko Pops. No, thank you. But yeah, so I'm excited for this. I really am. I kid you not. Like every time I worked on this page, I was like sitting in my chair, just like wanting to scream, like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to show this to people!" And then this was like in the thumbnails. Oh shoot, when was this? Let me look up my sketches because I have a sketchbook. When I was doing conventions in 2022, I would sit and work on the thumbnails in between customers, which probably wasn't the best thing in terms of like actually making money, but that's what I did. So, let me look at this. Yeah, the thumbnails are totally different than the final in a good way, and I'm just very happy with the results, and I cannot wait to show more of the story and more of the characters because oh my gosh. You heard of Sora AI program that major entertainment companies are looking to use? I have heard of them. I have used the Adobe AI for concepting at work, sort of. I'm not worried about it because I'm going to tell you right now with how picky clients can be. Not picky, but like how much a client changes on the fly and then going from like doing complete 180s sometimes. I don't anticipate the use of AI to be as flexible as a person for those situations. They're good to get the initial concept down, and then after that, actual production. I'm not too worried because when I was looking at some of them, like it looks nice, I guess, but I can see the issues right away. From a client perspective, if they come back and say, "Oh, well, like the lady walking down, and it was in the city or whatever," they come back and say, "Well, can you make her hair longer?" Okay, well, now we're going to get into some issues with the AI. That's what's going to happen. It is not as flexible as people make it out to be, and it's not as fast as people make it out to be. It requires a lot of finesse, the same way it would be required in terms of just doing it from scratch. The only time I could ever see it usable for video like that, though, is if, like I said, you're trying to get the concept across. You're like, we don't know if we want this shot to be like this. Let's go try it out. You are saving some time and resources by testing it out that way versus just going to do 20 different versions of that shot. But again, there's a lot of issues with flexibility in terms of use. I'm not worried about it. Since the book is funded, what is the preferred? No, we don't have that here. Don't worry about that. It's not funded anyway. Thank you for joining it. Chucho. Don't spread misinformation on my stream. How dare you? You can sign up for $2. All right, look at that. You can just shush. There are some cool. Okay, we're just gonna look at some other stuff on Fund My Comic while we're streaming because why not? There's actually a lot of cool stuff. There is some more mature stuff and there's some not mature stuff. So just keep that in mind. I really, 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 really want the Perfect 10 collection. I think there's 6 books out now. The artist is really cool. The story sounds good. I want Wolf and Batsy. This just looks stylistically cool. There's me. You should back that too. Misclicked. Yeah, I'm sure you did, Chucho. There's the Mythicals, which is like a... Oh, here you go. Supernatural action. I need to read the descriptions. Yeah, so I did back that. So I'm getting the first and second soon. Chrome Dog, I believe, is being worked on by the founder of the website, Fund My Comic. I hear a lot of good things about this. I think that, yeah, this is new. There's a lot of crazy stuff on here. Meth Gator sounds pretty funny. Oh, this? I backed this. This author is hilarious. And if you like sci-fi comedy, I really recommend his stuff. It's Starship Grifters, and it's like the most ridiculous, fun stuff ever. I really enjoyed it. It made me laugh. So I backed that. And I really hope he gets it funded. He's so close. He's almost halfway there. I backed Scribbles, which is just an art book. I did back Hatch, which I think I've talked about obsessively for a while. I really like that. I might get the other book in there as well. Let's see. Oh, some from my comic gear. I haven't backed this, but the creator, Rising Comics, has a lot of really awesome stuff. I actually went over his book, Terror in the Trenches, in my Indie Takeover pre-launch or soft launch video. I really liked that. That was really good. Let's see. There's just a lot of good stuff in here. I recommend checking it out. Oh, let's look at mine again. Everything made open source. Impress. You talk about like the website? I don't know if the website's open source. I mean, it's private. I'm trying to think of how I'd explain it. It's an indie crowdfunding site, if that's what you mean. Or do you... I know that oh, geez. I can't speak. I'm so tired. Oh, my stuff? Yes. I use Krita entirely for the comic. I won't be using Krita for the text. If anyone's been here a while, you know I complain about the text in Krita. Not because it's bad, it's just not as flexible as I need it to be. So I'll be using Affinity Publisher or Design for the text and final setup. But otherwise, 90%, this is all in Krita. The panel boxes, the line art, the gradient, the whatever's, everything in here you see right now as these pages are is Krita. Same with the thumbnails or the pencils. So, yeah. I'm a huge advocate for open source stuff. So, yeah. Or at least alternatives to the usual Adobe and whatever. Either free, open source, or affordable. Preferably open source. So, yeah, there are other comics that were made in Krita. There's David Revoy, who has like a magical or a witch story. I cannot. Pepper and Carrot, I think it's called. It's a girl and her cat, and it's really cute. I haven't actually read it, but I've seen quite a bit from it, and he does a fantastic job. So making comics outside of Photoshop and Procreate is entirely possible. Not that it's bad to use Photoshop or Procreate, but it is possible to use other programs that are free. So, yeah, I'm excited. usually this like updates, but I don't know if it's my browser. I have a lot of blockers on. I love open source too. Piracy used to be. Oh, I should show your comments on the screen. I keep forgetting I can do this in the restream thing. Maybe I shouldn't put that one up because I don't want you to get in trouble. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. The old college days of all that fun discount software. Actually, I started in college. I actually didn't use Photoshop a lot to illustrate either. I used Corel Painter, and then Corel Painter is a wonderful software, but it got buggy, and then it was getting out of my price range at the time, so I tried GIMP, and I didn't like it for illustration. I think the user interface was just too much for me. It's too disjointed. I don't know if it's any different now, to be honest. I haven't looked at it lately. There's like Alpaca Fire or something along those lines. It was like a web browser thing, and I didn't like that either. And then somehow I came across Krita, and I was hooked. So I've been using Krita for a very, very long time. Actually, how old was my YouTube channel? Because I think it was before. Let's see. I think the channel is like 5 years old. I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay, Chucho, you're trying to bring out your inner. You're trying to be Bender. Inkscape and My Paint were the. Oh yeah, My Paint. Oh, I remember that. I think I tried that. I was in high school at the time and trying My Paint, and there was something I couldn't get working, but I think my computer was just old. I wasn't as like familiar with setting up a lot of that software at the time. Yeah, I know what you mean, Wednesday. That's why I kind of like try and like get as in depth with Krita as possible because there's so much in there. And I feel bad. I was supposed to put a tutorial out on Monday, and I've been so busy, and I just had to like focus on the priorities this week, which was my comic. So I have to do the tutorial. I'm gonna try to record 2 tutorials this weekend so I can just get those out and they're scheduled and you guys don't have to be without. Because this being launched is a huge weight off my shoulders. So now I can just focus on making the pages and wrapping them up, and then getting everything else done. Because I am on a roll with this. I also have to remind myself some of these pages do require a little bit more time, and that's okay. Like this, I think this page took about a day to do. I wouldn't say a full day, probably like a couple hours, really, just to get everything looking right. But I think that was from start to finish because this was still in the pencil phase. So then, yeah, I think a day would be correct from cleaning up the line art to this. And then this took a day for sure because I was kind of struggling with how I wanted this to look because I really, really need these pages to look a little dark, like mood-wise, kind of dark and spooky and holy shit, what the fuck happened? So I think I accomplished it though. I cannot wait. I'm so excited, and it's frustrating because so originally I had this set up to be 60 pages, but then I'm like, no, you can't. I mean, I can do 60 pages, but I need to be a little realistic here. I need to give myself some breathing room. So I cut it down to 34 pages, which is how I set everything up. I have everything set up by chapters. So each chapter has a set amount of pages and it's already said and done. So I just took out chapter 2. So book 1 is the intro and then chapter 1. And it's like driving me crazy because chapter 1, when I end chapter 1, I'm like, oh, I gotta jump into chapter 2 like right away. I'm so excited. I have all this stuff in chapter 2 happening. It's just gonna be like, what the fuck is happening? But I'm really excited for it. I cannot wait to get this out and get book 2 done, because I'm just excited where the story is going. And from my original idea to what it is now, it's got way more lore in it now. Yarnix, hello. And I'll try to relax Wednesday, but I am very excited about this. And I have like a playlist of music to listen to when I'm drawing, which it helps, because it helps put me in the mood of the story, but it also makes me want to work faster than I can actually work. And I want to jump way farther in the story than I'm already currently working on, and it's just, I have to breathe and tell myself I have to wait to get to those pages. I guess the scripts are harder to make than the illustrations. So I actually don't know. I would say they're about the same for me. And that's mainly because I kind of treat it the same. So for the story, what I did was I did my plots. So basically I put down the big parts of the story that I wanted to hit. So like point A, point B, point C. I'm like, okay, well, here's the main plots, but then I have to figure out not how you get to those points, but how the characters are developing through that. Is it accurate? Is it not accurate? Could it be better? Could this part of the story not be here and be somewhere else? So what I did was I wrote it in like a film script, just because that was easier for me. Some people don't do that. Some people will just write it in Microsoft Word. Some people just write the main concept. I've seen a lot of people do it differently. And then some people actually do an actual comic book script, which is set up as, so this would be page 1 first, or 1 page for a script, where I say panel 1, page 11, then panel 2, page 11, then panel 3, page 11. It'd be like that. I didn't do that. I actually just wrote the script, and then I thumbnailed everything kind of like this, but very rough on paper in my sketchbook. And then I scanned them in and blew them up, and then I kind of went through them actually, let me show you how Krita has it set up. I'm going to try and make it not spoilery, but I can show you enough. Hold on, let me set this up. Oops. I'm not showing you it right now on purpose, just so you know. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to stop screen sharing, window, share, and turn on. Yay. Okay, so Krita has the comic manager, where I can basically look at the comic either in a 2-page spread or in a single page. So when I did my thumbnail scans, I put them in, I set them up in Krita, I put them in my comics manager here, and I went through like I was going through a book very easily to make sure that the story would flow. And I could see visually that parts were not flowing right. The pages weren't correct. I would go back and revise the thumbnails. In some parts, I actually revised the script itself. A large chunk of what I originally wrote no longer exists. So I have a printed copy of the script, which is 96 pages. No. Is it 96 pages? Let me go look. I think it is. Where is it? Okay, I don't know where it is. I seem to have misplaced it. I don't know where I put it. But it was 96. I want to say it was like between 60 and 90 pages of script. No, it was 90 pages, because I originally thought I could do a 100-page comic book, and then when I started doing the thumbnails, or actually breaking down the thumbnails after I scanned them in, I was like, this is not happening. This is going to be twice as long. So So, um, yeah, that's how much the story has changed. It's gone from an expectation of 90 comic book pages to, I want to say, double that. Each chapter is about 30 pages. So far, I have 4. So, yeah. Hello, Jose. So, yeah, I went a little crazy with the story, and but for the better. It's coming out very well. So, I would like. I think this series is probably going to be about 5 books. Oh, my cat's crying. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. My cat likes to carry around her toy mice and then cry while she's doing it. And if we don't go out to see her, her cries become more and more depressing. So we have to go out and see her. So she's okay though. Oh yes, yay! Thank you for supporting. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Like I said, this is. I'm just so excited. I cannot wait to get to the like. Right now we're still on the first arc, so this is like the beginning of it. So when we get to like near the end of the arc, it's just gonna be crazy. Like, things are just gonna go from 0 to 100, and I'm just so excited. And I'm also excited because let me go back down here. If you're new, a lot of you are new. I'm actually trying to like bring in, or not bring in anyone new, but show people like other stuff I've done too. So these little enamel pins, actually, I had them on my screen. Let me close this and bring Krita back up. All right. Okay, you see these little guys, these enamel pins. So they're like, you're not new, Rue. Hello, long time no see. Well, not long time, but it feels like a long time. February has felt like 2 months rolled into one. No, January felt like that. January felt like a whole year went by. Oh man, it's been a crazy 2 months. So these pumpkins are from Breathe. I'm tired and I'm loopy. You will have to accept me the way I am. Like I had to work late and I was trying really hard not to be loopy because I can get really loopy when I'm tired. At least I'm drinking water and not a beer. That would just be chaos. But so these these pumpkins are from the world of the story. And they're special pumpkins. I'm trying to make sure I'm not really spoiling it, but we do get introduced to why special pumpkins exist. I don't want to get too much into it because I have some other ideas for that concept, and I'm still playing with them. It is water. It is a clear, beautiful water from my fridge. Yeah, real. At least it's not just me that that's felt like 2 months have flown by. Oh man. But yeah. So I will say though, each of these have like their own individual story on the back. There's a baby pumpkin. He's just really cute. This is a corrupted pumpkin. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's kind of a big deal. You have a battle pumpkin. If I were to make another one of these, I'd be calling him the battle gourd instead. These are two different ghost pumpkins or ghostkins. We have a Grumpkin. We have Holy Gourd and Pumpkinstein. He's so cute. He's my favorite one. He's cute little square legs. The Grumpkin's the most popular, and I'm sold out of him. Well, not for B grades, but for the near perfect pins, they're gone. So, and surprisingly, people really like the corrupted evil looking one. I'm really curious to see how people react to him later. Or not just him, but that. Yeah, you'll see. Oh my god, Chucho. You mean coffee or water? Oh, I love, yeah. So I actually bought a Ruby Gloom book a long time ago before it became the cartoon because I really liked the style of it. I mean, it was like a simple book or whatever. I wouldn't say it was. I mean, I guess it's kind of childlike in terms of like the story. It was just very simple, like misery loves company type thing. I thought that was a really nice visual way of representing it. I liked the story and everything. I never watched the I think it was they made it a cartoon later on. I never watched it because it just never interested me as a long form series like that, or even short episodes. I just liked it contained exactly in what it was, like just a fun illustrative book. That's why I'm like, but I want this to be a cartoon because not everything has to be a cartoon. Now, I do have specific stories in mind for specific media types. I have a specific story in mind for a game. I have a specific story in mind for a more animated or a cartoon. I don't even know what I'm saying. I have a story in mind specifically for that could be a cartoon. But this one, I think I would want to keep it in comic. I don't know if I'd ever want it as a cartoon. Wednesday. Chucho is an open book. You just have to accept him for who he is. What was that? You create a whole story about a world based on fallen pumpkins. Pumpkins. I need to start calling them pumpkins. Did you have this idea because fall is your favorite season? That is true, Yarn. Being niche is sometimes better. So I like Halloween a lot. I wouldn't say fall is my favorite season, but I do like a lot of the aesthetics that come with it. Mainly Halloween, pumpkins, your fall harvest. I like creatures, monsters and creatures, but more specifically creatures. And that's kind of why I kind of brought that in just a little bit, but not too much with this story. They're humanoid enough, but they're not human in terms of fall spirit and pumpkin prince. Okay, so Ruby Gloom was a cartoon. Okay. Yeah, I never watched it, which is actually kind of weird because I don't know what channel it was on, but there really is no reason why I missed it. Well, clean your room too, Joe. I actually have to clean my office. I need to vacuum. I need to dust. I need to vacuum. So yeah, I have to clean my room too, Chucho. It's okay. I'll probably do that this weekend, so I'll suffer with you. It's not that bad. I just have to vacuum and just reorganize a little bit. But yeah, next comic is when the Wendigo in the Pumpkin Forest. Oh my gosh. The Wendigo. Is that how you say it? Yeah, the Wendigo, I think. I've always wanted to do some stuff with the cryptids, I think what they're referred to as. But it's so done. I'm like, The Wolf Among Us did a really good job with it. I don't know if I could. Well, I could do something like that, but it's one of those. It's already been done in a manner that I would have done it myself. So I don't know if I would ever change anything. So it's like, I don't know. Pumpkin. Instead of a world of pumpkins, it's a world of jesters, clowns, and bad comedians. That would still be pretty fun though, Jose. By the way, I was trying to make a little animation the other day, and nope, it's too hard for me. So I went to school thinking I was going to do animation, and like the first class, I was like, "What the hell? I don't want to do this. It's too hard." It's not that it's too hard. It's just it's very tedious, and I personally do not have the patience for it. I could do it. I have done it. I'm actually technically doing it right now, which is more motion graphics, but whatever. It's just I don't know. Maybe one day I'll play with it and see what I can do, but not today. It is on my list of goals in terms of like, I would like to do this eventually. It's not a priority. Will I ever try 3D sculpting for your designs? Let me actually answer that with a screenshot. Where's my program? Let me open it first and I'll show you. It's going to take freaking forever to open this program now, too. I just know it. Oh, it's opening on the wrong window. What the heck are you doing? So if you're chatting, I can't see it right now because it's blocking the screen. So give me a minute. Sorry. Oh, where'd it go? I literally just had you open like last week. Why are you giving me problems? Okay. Yeah. That's nice. Let me open this. Lightbox. Isn't that nice when you go to... I can see you now, Chicho. I fixed it. Whenever you want to like do something, you know, it's like oh my god, why are you freaking out? Everything hates me today. I was at work and my program literally had a seizure. It's like, alrighty then. Oh my god, Chucho, behave in my chat. All right, it's been like 2 hours and less than a second of animation. Yeah, and it's funny because like it's like, oh, it's 24 frames a second. And you don't think that's a lot until you actually sit down and do it, and it's like it takes you 20 hours to do one frame. Where'd the rest of my tool go? Oh, there it is. This is really rough, so you're gonna have to forgive me. Okay, I actually already had this set up. So this is the Grumpkin. This is actually let's turn that one off. I don't like that one. There we go. Well, why aren't you showing? Oh, you're not. Nope, I just screwed that up. There we go. Then we're going to fix that. But, so, no. Okay. It's been a while since I've opened this. No, it's not Windows 11. It's still Windows 10. So this is the Grumpkin. I was going to make a mold out of him. And that was like 2 years ago. I just haven't gotten back to it. Actually, now this is bothering me. Now I'm going to be sculpting on stream, making digital assets. Oh, no. It's kind of hard to make this. Well, actually, we can. Well, it's symmetrical right now. I'm going to leave it. But, yeah. So this was me blocking out like a potential sculpt idea. And, yep, it's ZBrush. I do have Blender, and I have used it for some stuff, but not for sculpting. But yeah, I have an idea of making this into a mold so this would be the design, and then I 3D print the mold, so you can take it and like theoretically in the snow, you can make a snow sculpture out of it with the mold. I thought that would be fun, but I never got around to it. So, and I don't live anywhere where it snows anymore. So, yeah, look at his little cheeks. This was actually a little harder to do because I didn't want him to be perfectly round. So he just looks kind of funny and lopsided now. Yeah, and ZBrush. Sorry, I missed your comment, Jose. This is ZBrush. So I'm also a 3D artist. I do a lot. I can use Blender. No, you do not need a strong PC to use Blender or ZBrush. My computer is old. Well, it's powerful, but it's older still. So by today's standards, it'd be like, I wouldn't say lower end, but not high end, I guess. ZBrush doesn't need I could use ZBrush on my laptop. It was slower, and I still have some limitations in terms of processing. Like, I had to keep an eye on this, not to go like too heavy, but my laptop could handle it just fine. And I did some pretty stupid heavy stuff on it. So, and then Blender, let me open Blender. I haven't not updated Blender. It's at 4.0 now, I think, isn't it? How did we go from talking about comics to talking about 3D programs? Maybe I'll make that like a fun, not a stretch goal, but like if we hit something, I'll be like, oh, let's do 3D stuff. There we go. Blender. So I have that. Let me see what I have. Open recent. Oh, I made this. Yeah, you do. I made this in Blender on a whim for fun. I think it took me like 2 hours. I don't know what I was doing. I was like, I need this for a video, so I'm just going to do this in Blender and call it a day. So I did that. And actually, let me see if I can get the color to material to show. Oh yeah, Blender's at 4.0. So I'm very, Rue knows I suck at keeping things up to date. He always has to be like, oh, hey, Greta's updated. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Because I don't pay attention. I need to update Blender. So I made this for fun. Whee! So it changes color. It's pretty cool. This is not very interesting, but I made it and it was fun. And I was like, I did this without having to like watch a tutorial. Well, while I was making. No, actually, that's not true. I had to learn how to do text in Blender. So, yeah. What else did I do in here? Materials, procedural, sand, portal. There's stuff. Do a pumpkin seeing buck. What is that? Is that appropriate? I don't want to say that if it's not appropriate. You guys trick me. Ah, goodness. But I do want to make models of the characters because that would be fun. And I would be very happy. So it's not cheating at art. I mean, I use ZBrush and Maya and Cinema 4D. What other programs do I use? Moi 3D. Let me look at my software list. Oh yeah, there's Unreal. Interesting. I always saw Blender more as modeling and I wouldn't say compositing, more modeling than programming. I'm cheating at my art. No, I just a wide range of skills. My brain is starting. Oh, I have Inkscape. I forgot about that. Let me look at my programs. Now I'm curious. What else I have in here that I forgot about? Oh, I didn't know I have this installed. I have a 3D print program in here I forgot about. No, I should probably go through and clean out my software. So I do making a pumpkin, seeing Bakamata's lame. Oh my god! Oh, spooky, scary skeletons. I like that song. It's fun. Very, very fun. How long have I been streaming? It's been an hour. All right. We're going to go 15 minutes longer, and then I'm getting off because I am tired. I am sitting here. I'm spacing out. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking on my stuff on my computer thinking, oh, what's this? My brain is rebooting now. Yeah. Yeah, kind of. I would say it's rebooting. I actually woke up a little earlier than I expected this morning. I don't know why. I think it's like the seasons are changing again, and I've noticed I'm trying to not get up with the sun, but yeah, it is called because of all that water, Chicho. Next, we're making your comic with Midjourney. No, I played with the AI stuff, and it's just it's fun, but to me, it's kind of like how I said in my AI video. It's like character creation in a video game. That's the level of fun I see it as. It's like, okay, that's cool. Now I'm done. Moving on in my life. I don't need to sit here customizing my character for 10 days, That's pretty much it. I've seen people use the Midjourney and Stable Diffusion for character stuff, and it just gets very bland very quickly. Drives me nuts. I won't say it's good for references, but it is good to kind of jumpstart ideas and concepts. And the reason I say it's not good for references, so I was watching a video about AI and how it's not accurate. And this is a really, really good point that I never thought of. The prompt was to put sodium something or other in water, or some sort of chemical, whatever, in water. And the AI tool did just that. It has the chemical or whatever it was being thrown into water, like an ice cube, right? It looks accurate, but it's not, because chemically that is not how those two elements would react. So by putting that into AI, you're actually getting an extremely inaccurate result. And if you were to present that to someone, you would be laughed at because that is not their proper chemical reaction. So when you're looking at AI for reference, I would caution against that because it is a very literal system. It's artificial for a reason. If I say, put a match in a pile of, I'm trying to think of something like that, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head because I'm tired. But if you were to say, put this liquid in another liquid, and it's supposed to have a chemical reaction, and the AI is not going to look at it like that. It's looking at it specifically for visual flair. It will never, the chances of it thinking, oh yeah, if these two words together must be chemicals, and the person putting this prompt in must be looking for a visual representation of the chemical reaction. It's very unlikely to do that. So you have to kind of exercise caution. And on top of that, a lot of those AI systems do have a cutoff date for accuracy. So if I'm looking up, if I say take this event and make an AI image off of them, the AI system may not be up to date enough to properly reflect those two events. Our AI is artificial intelligence. It's artificial. It's only as good as the people that make it. So Using AI for as like wanting to have a baby, but letting robot do the dirty work. Yeah, kind of like that. It's just it's fun, but it's not good for references. It's just good for I threw some stuff together visually. It looks cool. I have an idea. I'm inspired, or I have some inspiration. That's really it. I'm not having a stroke. I'm just tired. I don't really see AI as accurate for references in any form. It's just not. I see too much, especially with anatomy, that I'm like, this is not accurate by any means. This is not a good reference. Yeah, it looks cool, but especially the Sora AI, I sat there and I'm like, okay, here's a lady walking across the street or whatever it was, and I could immediately tell her hand was shifting in size. Her hand was not correct in its structure. You brought up a question, so I had to answer and share my opinion on it. I ramble a lot, and I will like to say I've been very good about not rambling in my tutorials. Okay, I've been being very mindful about that. Man, I rambled so much back in the day. I had to cut so much out. Yes, what you say is true about AI. Just look at the AI that Google used. Now, to be fair, if I was working at Google on the AI thing, I would totally screw it up on purpose. Because the average person would never blame me. Because I can just simply say, oh, sorry, it must be a bug. It's like an epic troll from the coders. Man, that was but yeah. It's just not that's why. It's just not it's just fun. It's all it is. It's like character creation. Actually, it's like watching a kid play The Sims and go, "Oh my gosh, look at this. I can make this really weird looking character because I took the slider up from 0 to 100 and now they look like a freaking alien." That's how I view it. I'm also tired. I ramble when I'm tired. And especially the whole AI stuff just end up being. It is. I do think it's going to be a trend. I think it's just going to go back to. So in my personal use of it, it is a pain in the ass to get what you want. It's just going to be a supportive tool. It's not going to replace anything. Now, if someone sucks at their job, yeah, I would be worried. But if you're good at your job, you'll be fine. So, yeah. Thanks, Rue. Have a good night. Jose, I wouldn't worry about it. If I went next door and I say, hey, do you want to buy something from something generated in AI or something from an actual person? 9 times out of 10, it would be from a person. People support people. Yeah. Oh, hey, calling me a vampire. I'm going to tell you something funny Wednesday. Okay, this is going to be funny. So I go to bed, and usually before I go to bed, it's like 10:30 or something. I check everything just to make sure everything's okay. There's no like emergency emails I'm getting from customers or anything, and then go to bed. Between 10:30 and 11 o'clock at night, I do this. I wake up in the morning around 7:30, and I get Etsy orders. I don't know what the heck goes on with my customers, but it never fails. I always get Etsy orders between 11:30 and midnight. My customers are literally vampires because it always happens. I woke up with like more like 2 orders. I'm like, "What are you guys doing? Does nobody sleep?" And they were not on the West Coast. They were on the East Coast. So I want to know who is shopping between 11:30 and midnight on my store. I'm totally okay with it, obviously. But I want to know like what drives you to do that. Why do you wait until almost midnight? I mean, I know my store has Halloween stuff, but you don't have to be on theme when you go buy stuff. You support only yourself in this campaign, of course. Of course. Of course. My schedule is a freaking chaotic mess right now. I've been working like 12 out no. Yeah, 12-hour days. It's just been a busy project, that's all. It's nothing bad. It's temporary. I am having fun at work, at least. It's just one of those, I'm tired. Like right now, I'm tired. What time is it? 1:11. All right, got 4 more minutes. I couldn't do the math. We got 4 more minutes, and then we're done. All right? 4 more minutes. 3 a.m. is double time, not midnight. Oh. Okay, well then I'm going to keep an eye on people buy things at 3 a.m. People just are so funny. But it does make me laugh. Gives me something to just laugh about when I wake up. Especially like when my cat wakes me up at 2 a.m. I put my phone in airplane mode though, so I did think that too, Jose. They could be busy all day. I mean, I get it. I try not to. I actually took a lot of stuff off my phone because I'm like, I don't need to be laying in bed looking at stuff to buy. So I hope my customers aren't doing that. I hope they're getting sleep. I do care. I do care about your well-being. So, but night owls might be it too. I used to be a night owl. I mean, I technically can be still. Like there have been nights where I do work later, but I've been trying to not do that because it's just I need relax time and chill time, and yeah, that was not bad. At least he has cookies. Oh my gosh. We are $8 away from 100. Look at that. That's awesome. That actually is I'm actually really happy and excited that you guys are supporting it because I'm like, this is Fund My Comic, which is a brand new platform. And oh my god, my brain is literally fizzing I can tell it's fizzling out as I'm trying to talk. I'm just grateful. All right, let's just keep it short and sweet. I'm very grateful to everyone backing this and all of your support. Let's just keep it sweet and simple. Being a night owl, I question myself how it would be being this way. So I used to do 24. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. There were times when I would do a 24-hour staying awake thing to reset my sleeping schedule. Back in the day, I don't recommend doing that. That's not how you should do it, but I did it. I don't know. There's just something about night that it's peaceful and relaxing, and I felt like I could get more done because of it. I think part of that is when you're living with other people, there'd be roommates or family, everyone goes to bed, so you feel a little more at ease so you can work on stuff without any interruption. I think that was part of it. And now that I'm not in those environments anymore, it's not I don't have a need to do that. But I do like to stay up late and enjoy the night time, I guess. Especially outside. It's just nice to be outside. Have champagne, that beer. Okay, let's. Okay. I'll have to think about that. Maybe if we go over, maybe we'll do something fun where if we can unlock the first 3 goals. we'll have a champagne and beer stream. I can handle my alcohol, but it hits me hard really fast. Back when I was unemployed, I used to wait for everybody to be asleep because I can't do my math knowing there's people moving. Sometimes it's just distracting, you know? It really is. It is now 15 minutes past the hour. That means it's time to end the stream. And it's time for me to go to bed and relax and unwind. I was going to make popcorn, but I don't feel like making it anymore. It's too much work. I am glitching again. I'm sorry. I thought about streaming Stardew Valley, but then I was like, no, I'm supposed to be promoting the comic. What is the... I do want to play that again, though. We need to take care of our little ostrich. It'd be nice to be on the night streets of Brazil. This place... Aww. I'm sorry, Jose. I do believe... I'm not from Ubisoft. How dare you, Chucho? You take that back. I believe that one day it will get better, Jose. I do. But I'm turning into a pumpkin. Oh no. I am very much turning into a pumpkin. Oh my god. Alright. Well, we're gonna end the stream now. No more distractions. Thank you guys for stopping by. I have no idea how many likes this video has gotten. Or if you haven't liked the video, you should like it so we can tell the YouTube algorithm that more people need to see the comic and then they can get it. And we'll all be happy. I'm so tired. Okay, we're done. Good night, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for those that back. Thank you for those that showed their support. And I will see you guys in the next video, stream, whatever it is, wherever you are that I'm also. All right, good night, guys. Bye.